My name's Ken from Boston, Massachusetts, Ken Burwood. And LMA, you are 100% free to use my full name. I have nothing to hide about my past. I wanted to give a review on LMA here because it has been a tremendous, tremendous help. And I'm doing it behind a mirror because this is something that I've been doing for the past month is mirror self-love challenges, but I add in things, my own thoughts in the process. So I thought this was appropriate because this is not the only thing I do, but it's one of the main things that I've been doing. So I wanted to do it that way too. And wanted to wear my Phoenix shirt, well, my Phoenixes and an old self-portrait, just because of, I do feel like I'm being reborn, and a little bit of history of what I had been going through. I've been closed off emotionally since I was a child. Don't need to go into all the details, but I asked my sisters recently, like, when was the earliest you think that I started saying I hate myself? Because I know in the 20s, I spent at least since I was in my 20s, but one of my sisters told me as early as 10, she noticed me saying it sometimes when I was upset, and because I didn't like my emotions, I closed them off something fierce. I I couldn't handle being told that anyone loved me. I couldn't say it to someone. I couldn't handle being hugged. I couldn't hug anyone back. I was terrified of being photographed. I didn't mind the photos, but the attention, I was like, I don't know what to do, and terrified. When I was in my 20s, one by one, I slowly, on my own, made myself get comfortable with each of those things. First receiving and then being able to give back. But it was hard, and because I was so closed off, but I've never really still fully felt completely in touch with certain things. Like I'm still learning. Last week, I learned what love, platonic love feels like inside. I've always had to logic these things out. And I've actually been able to uncover that. And a lot of it is because of the LMA stuff. Last spring, it's February now, so last May, April actually, I went to the hospital for suicidal depression. I didn't attempt. I was trying to get myself in a headspace where I would, in all honesty. And my family was scared, and they called a crisis line. I spent 10 days there, and it was a good experience because I chose to make use of the time. And I even stood up. I even faced some fears there because someone was targeting me there. But details. I spent 14 weeks in group therapy over the summer. It was 2-week therapy, but I stayed there. I had to stay there for long to get through things. And I've been in individual therapy twice a week since then as well. I'm still in individual therapy, but the group therapy ended. During that time, I started thinking maybe I should look into becoming a therapist or doing something like that, because I was actually interacting, getting help, but also giving help, and people were telling me that they really appreciate it, including the therapist. And I started doing videos about my own healing journey during the summer in July. September, I found LMA, and it fit right in with what I was doing. It resonated with me because people who've done this have gone through difficult times. And the reason I equate everything that I've been doing to the help, but the LMA has been the key, because I've spent years gathering information, and I understand a lot of the psychology thing, a lot of the theory, but I've never been able to apply it to myself. I've always had this deep-seated self-esteem issue, self-hate issues. I've always looked for good in life too. There's so much I love about life. That's not that I wanted to die. It's just that I wanted to get away from myself. And the LMA method, what they've done is they're giving you tools to help discover your own strength inside of yourself, uncover your inner self, and take off the chains that have been holding you and that you've had wrapped around you so tightly. And the mirror exercises I've been doing, self-love mirror exercises, have been a world of good. They do it for once, but I've actually been doing it every day. I heard about it before, but I couldn't do it before. And I'm almost out of time. But everything that's been doing, their method is crafted to help guide you and ask you questions that you can answer yourself and find the strength in yourself. And that's why I do it. I can't explain anymore, but it's gone through all that, and this has helped me. And I finally at a place where I can turn around to a mirror and say in my eyes, I love you, Ken, because I couldn't do that just half a year ago. It took me half a year to say it the first time, and I was terrified. And thank you, Tim. It all means the world to me. Thank you. Bye.